What is up, Summoners, and welcome to the channel. Today, this is kind of the final video that I am putting out to give all the information that you need in order to participate in the community contest event that will be happening tomorrow on Saturday, the 14th at 11 Eastern, 10 Central. What is that? 8 a.m. out on the West Coast, which I'm sorry, I know it's a little bit early. But this is very much going to be kind of a beta event. Very much testing is it's for testing purposes, just to make sure that we understand exactly what's going on. We can work through some of the kinks, find out issues we haven't even thought of yet, and then make the live streams to come after that better and better. Now, there are a couple of things that I need to talk about. One, I'm going to briefly explain again how it is that you can live stream or broadcast directly from your phone. You don't need any fancy equipment. You don't need any prior experience with live streaming. It's very, very simplistic for both iOS and for Android. If you have the traditional ability to mirror your phone to your desktop and push through a live stream on YouTube, that is totally fine. But for everybody else, there's a simplistic way through the Android gaming app for YouTube gaming, for the YouTube gaming app on Android, and then for Mob Crush on iOS with the new screen recording in iOS 11. That's really all you need. So I'll talk about that at the beginning, and then I will talk about how it is that you actually can sign up and get yourself in line to participate for the event. We'll talk about that secondly, and then we will actually talk about what the event is going to be and what the rules are that are surrounding the event. Okay, so first off, for Android users, I think Android users have probably got it made pretty easy. The YouTube gaming app, you need to download it. You need to link or set up a YouTube account. Because I am on iOS, I don't actually have the little button there. But essentially, if you are on Android, there's a button right there, and I'll show you a picture of it on screen. All you need to do is you need to push that button, fill out some information, and name it, and it's going to push it directly through into YouTube. I will show you in the sign-up sheet how it is that I'll be able to find all of that, but it is just as simplistic as that. Tomorrow, when it is your turn, based upon the sign-up sheet, and you're on Android, you just need to go through and push your live stream through the YouTube gaming app on Android. Now, over on iOS, it's a little bit more complex, barely. You need to download an app called Mob Crush, M-O-B Crush. It's very simplistic. Okay, so once you got your account set up, I'm in the app now. Here on the left-hand side, you can hit the broadcast. You can name it whatever you want. Maybe you want to do competition, event, and then your MCOC name. None of this really makes any difference. The only thing that you need to do is make sure that you have your screen recorder turned on, which you do that by going into your control center, hit Customize Controls. You can see mine on the bottom there is already on, but let me remove it real quick. Essentially, it's going to be right down here, screen recording. You're just going to add that in. Once that has been added in, swipe up from the bottom of your phone. On the bottom left there, that little circle button, you push and hold it, and there it is. There's Mob Crush. Make sure you click Mob Crush just like that. Hit Start Broadcasting. It's going to count down, and then you're going to be live over on Mob Crush. Now, you can test this out. Obviously, one, you have to have iOS 11. You also have to have a Wi-Fi connection in order for this to work. But if you start broadcasting, if you want to pull up on your laptop or pull up on your computer the actual Mob Crush website, you can see yourself actually playing just to make sure that it works. So if you don't have an Elgato, don't have Air Server, you don't have the traditional ways to stream, if you're on Android, you're going to use the YouTube gaming app. If you're on iOS, make sure you've updated the most recent update. Make sure you're on Wi-Fi, and you can push it through on Mob Crush. Now, that is how you will push your live stream so that I can see it and so that I can push it through the live stream for everybody else to watch. Now, how are you actually going to go about signing up? Well, that is also very simplistic. Right here is a form that you will fill out on Saturday morning when the live stream starts, when everything is ready to go. In the link to the video, in the description of the video, I will have a link posted that will take you to this form. I will probably also have moderators and myself posting this link in the chat. But it's very simplistic. There are only 3 questions here. It asks what platform that you're streaming on, whether it be YouTube or Mobcrush. And then it asks right there for you to link your Mobcrush account or your YouTube account, which you're going to need to be probably on a desktop or a laptop in order to do this. For YouTube, it's very simplistic. You're going to go to your live stream settings, which I guess I should pull that up here real quick so you guys can see it. So right here, you go to your dashboard, you go to your live stream, and let me go down real quick. Right here on the very bottom, there is a link. Right here on the bottom, there's a link. You're going to copy and you're going to paste that directly over into this form. That's going to allow me to be able to quickly get in and find your YouTube channel. Same thing for Mobcrush. You're going to go to the desktop, type in your name, find your account. This is me right here, J-Line Gaming. Even when I'm not playing, just underneath of the video feed, there's a share button. When you click that, it pulls up your channel link. Again, copy and paste that information right here into the link. So again, click on what device you're streaming through, YouTube or Mobcrush. Grab that link either through your live stream on your dashboard with YouTube or on Mobcrush. Share your link directly there. And then also please enter your actual in-game name for MCOC so that I can just make sure everything is working correctly. Then once all of that happens, what I will see, once you enter that information, is on my end, I will see it all play out here on a spreadsheet. So I will see, you know, it's going to give me a timestamp. So first come, first serve kind of thing. This will all start to fill up. I can see, and this is just kind of for testing purposes, so this isn't filled out correctly. But I'll be able to see right here the link to your channel. I can click on that and it will take me right into your Mobcrush stream or your YouTube stream. And then I can see your name right here. This is your in-game name to make sure everything is lining up. Then once your fight is over, I'm going to grab, it's a DPS race, which I'll talk about here in a second. I'll enter the remaining life that is left on the enemy. So the lower the amount of life, the better damage you did. It'll be easier to just grab a remaining life than try to type in overall damage done, trying to minus and subtract everything. So that will all be entered here. And then as this fills up and we do fights and I enter this, this is where we will start to grab our top 5 finalists from, which I will continue to update the live stream. You'll see the top 5 names there. And then as people are finishing their fights, I'll be flashing this entire spreadsheet on the screen so you can see where you are at on the list. If you're upcoming, you know, if you have 2 fights before you start, or if you're the next one up, so that you can go ahead and get your stream through Mobcrush or Android Gaming up and running, so that when I click on your stream, you're right there ready to go. And I'll give you the go. You can start fighting, and then we'll get through the list that way. Now, as far as what the actual event is, let me go back here quickly into the contest. I mentioned it's going to be a very simplistic event for the very first one. As I mentioned, there's probably going to be a lot of issues to work through, so I'm trying to keep this part as simple as possible. Just going to be a straight up who can do the most amount of damage. That's really what it's going to come down to. I think the best place to do that in is Labyrinth of Legends. So you will have to completed Road to the Labyrinth, but you do not need to have completed anything in the Labyrinth of Legends to participate. So we're going to go in here. As far as picking characters, I am going to exclude a couple of things. You may not use 5-star characters, so let's filter out only 4 stars. You can only use 4 stars here. I'm doing that for a couple of different reasons. Obviously, not everybody has got tons and tons of 5-star characters, nor do they have a lot of high damage output 5 stars. So I'm going to limit and just get rid of those so people who have got really good 5 stars don't completely dominate the event. So it's 4 stars only. You may use whatever masteries you want, which essentially is going to mean probably suicides are going to dominate. You're going to have to play smart, though, and you're going to have to show some skill, because if you're taking damage, you're going to get killed by recoil. And obviously, it's going to finish your fight earlier than you want it to. But masteries are completely open to you. Synergy teams are completely open to you. You can pull in anybody you want. I don't even care if you want to bring in like 5-star synergies. That's totally fine. You just can't use the actual 5-star to play with. And then the only other limitation is you may not use Star-Lord, and you may not use Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, which I don't have a 4-star Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, but because it is a DPS race, I don't want to continually watch a Star-Lord fight or Starky fight over and over and over and over and over and over again for an hour and a half. I would like to see some diversity. I would like to see some different strategies implemented around different characters. So any 4-star you want, any mastery you want, any synergy you want, as long as it does not involve directly playing with Star-Lord or Stark Enhanced Spider-Man. Now you can use Star-Lord or Stark Enhanced Spider-Man for synergies, that's fine. You just can't use them to actually fight with. So, the actual fight in Labyrinth of Legends is not going to be against Red Hulk. I will save that event for another time. We'll deal with Star-Lord. So right here, before you get to the Red Hulk, that fight right there, you're going to veer off to the side, which I'm sure everyone is aware, but I just want to make sure that I'm clear with what's going on. This is the Star-Lord that you're going to be fighting. Again, because it is a 4-star character, your enrage timer is not going to be nearly as long as it would be for a 5-star character. So you're going to want to go in there. Remember, there is Limber, so you're only going to be able to parry stun a certain amount of times. But what you can see right there is the enrage timer is ticking away. Best case scenario is that you live through both enrage timers before he kills you. But obviously, if you do not play well and you die earlier, so sorry, so sad, it is what it is. So there is an amount of skill that is involved, also a little bit of luck when it comes to the fact that there is evasion. The characters do have a chance to evade. So you can see right there, I'm only maybe 30 seconds into the fight or so, and I'm basically a quarter of the way through my enrage timer. So in total, I think you're only going to get maybe 3 minutes or so into the fight before the enrage timer is going to kick in, which should allow for the fights to be fairly quick, going from one person to the next. I'm going to let him kill me right here so I can stop fighting and talking at the same time. Okay, I think that is all the information that is required. The one thing I will ask is please, please, please do the testing with the YouTube gaming app if you're on Android, or do the testing on Mobcrush if you're on iOS before you put your information in there that you want to participate. The best way to do it is just to go live on your phone and then go on the computer, go on your laptop at the same time, and either pull up YouTube or pull up Mobcrush and just watch to make sure that it's pushing through correctly. Please, please, please be on Wi-Fi. If you come in to fight and your stream is super, super choppy, I'll give it a few seconds to try to stabilize, but if it's a bad stream, I'm going to kick it out so we can keep the thing moving. I have a feeling that there will probably be a decent amount of people that are wanting to get involved with this, so I will try my best to get everyone in that wants to participate. I'll probably have to cut it off at some point though, maybe an hour into the stream or an hour and a half, whatever it is, depending upon how many people want to be involved. I will cut off the qualifying event. We'll take the top 5 highest damage done, and those will be the finalists. Do I have any other information that I want to provide before tomorrow? I don't think I do. The stream is going to start at 11 Eastern. Probably will take a few minutes to kind of get everything underway, get people kind of signed up. But the biggest thing I can say is if you sign up and your name is on there, please keep track of where we are at on that spreadsheet so that you know how many fights there are before you need to be queued up and ready to roll. There obviously will be a delay between what you're playing, what we're seeing, what you're hearing from me. So please don't go into any fight until you hear me give you the okay and say that you can go in and fight. And then once the fight is over, please just stay on that final screen so that I can see the damage done and get that on the spreadsheet as well. All right, most of this information I will continue to give tomorrow before the stream starts, just to make sure that everybody is on the same page. But I did want to give this final video before we get officially into it tomorrow. I'm very much looking forward to this. Please be patient with me as we will work out a lot of bugs tomorrow, but it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section. I'll do my best to help you. Otherwise, your best bet may just be show up to the stream tomorrow and see what everybody's doing, see what's going on, maybe get some questions answered there as well. All right, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on my Discord server. Join there. Both links are in the description below. Until tomorrow, it's going to be a lot of fun. Have a great Friday. See you tomorrow. Peace.